To add negative 5 and 62 hundredths and negative 12 and 9 tenths, you must first line up all of your decimals. And you use zeros as placeholders, so 0 going to be negative 12.9, then another 0 for placeholders, and we'll add. So after this step, you just add as normal. There's a 2, 6 plus 9 is 15, add the 1, 5 plus 2 plus 1 is 8, and 0 plus 1 is 1. And we'll keep the sign, and there is our answer. To subtract 15 and 39 hundredths and 2 and 6 tenths, we'll line up the decimals as last time, and we'll use zeros as placeholders, and there's the problem all set up. So once we have this step, you just subtract as normal. 9 minus 0 is 9. 3, you can't subtract 3 minus 6, so we have to borrow from the 5. 13 minus 6 would be 7. 4 minus 2 would be 2, and 1 minus 0 would be 1. And there is our answer, and we are done. To multiply 4.02 and 0.7, you must first line up your multiplication problem. After, you just see how many place values are behind the decimal and add them up. 4.02 has 2 place values, and 0.7 has 1 place value, so we'd get 3. So that's how many place values we'd move over when we put the decimal. Now we just multiply as normal. 2 times 7 is 14. 7 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 7 times 4 is 28. And we cross this out, and it's all 0, because 0 times any number is 0. So we just add, and we go over 3 place values. So our answer is 2.814. To divide these two decimals, first you must put the first number inside the division and then put the second number outside. Now, since we're dividing by 2 decimals, you don't have to do, you have to move the decimal over 2 places. So we'll add a 0 there. So it ends up being 20 divided by 106. 20 goes into 105 times. It'll go into 5 times, and then we subtract 100 and get 6 left over. We'll add the 0, bring it down, and 20 goes into 60 3 times. So your answer will be 5.3. To solve W minus 5.8 equals 1.2, first you must add 5.8 and cancel to both sides. Then we'll draw a little dotted line, and we'll bring the W equals whatever this outcome comes to. So right over to the right, we have 1.2 plus 5.8, and we just add as normal. So 2 plus 8 is 10, carry the 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2, so 2 plus 5 is 7, and we'll carry the decimal. So we can cross out that 0 because we don't need it, and that's how we solve it. To solve K plus 3.91 equals 28, first you must, 0.00, first you must subtract 3.91 from both sides.
Just solve this. It's crazy, right? Solve that part.
And what we'll
So
do
that's 10.
is we'll line up all of our decimals.
No, darn it. I drew that on accident. 1.1.
And so we'll draw this line, and then it'll be k equals whatever this outcome is. So obviously we can't subtract 0 from any of these numbers, so we can't borrow from the other 0. So we'll have to borrow from the 8, get 7, 9, 1. So it'll be 10 minus 1, 9, 9 minus 9, 0. Carry the decimal. 7 minus 3, 4, 2 minus 0, 1. So our answer will be 24. To solve 1.2 times y equals negative 1.44. First, we must divide 1.2 from both sides. So after that, we just carry down the y, and it will equal whatever this outcome is. This outcome will end up being, we have to divide, so it will be 1.44 divided by 1.2. And so we have to move the decimal places over. So it'll be 120 divided by 144, and you'll have 1 point. So you'll end up having 1.1, 122, 1.0, 1.01 repeated. So it'll be 1.01 repeated. And that's how you solve. To solve the n divided by 8.2 equals negative 0.6, first we must add 8.2 to both sides. Then we do normal. So 8.2 times negative 0.6, let's see, 12, and then 9, 4, and then, so we do 1 plus 1 equals 2, and so we'd get 4.92. To solve 6 fifteenths plus 3 fifteenths, what you do is you add them over. So we have 6 plus 3, and you go 9 over 15ths. Now 9 over 15ths isn't simplified to the fullest, so we can each divide by 3. It will be 3 fifths. To solve 21 over 24 minus 1/2, first we need to find the LCM. So what we do is we take the numerator, or the denominators, and we simplify it. So I already know right off the bat that 24 will probably be our denominator. So let's see, 8 plus 24. And then this is just 24. So there we go. So there's our least common multiple, 24. So what we do is we keep this fraction the same because there's nothing you can do to it. But 1/2 you multiply by 24. So then, what you do. 12 over 24. And then you subtract. So this will...
So we know that.
So this will be subtraction. And you'll get
So now that you've done that,
11, 9 over 24. And you can simplify it by 3. Get 3 8. To multiply these fractions, first let's write them out. And so we'll erase this. And if you can't tell here, this is a multiplication sign, the dot. So I'll just circle that for you so you know. So it'll be 1/4 divided by negative 2/3. So then what we do is we go 1 times 2 over 4 times 3. So now is the step where we can cross out any of their, like cross divide all of our, anything we need. So 2 and 4 just go in 2 times, and that makes the problem much easier. So then we'll go 1 times 1 over 2 times 3. And this will equal 1/6. And don't forget the negative, so it'll be negative 1 over 6. And that is how you do the math problem. To divide 3/4 and 6/7. First, you'll have to keep the first fraction the same, flip the sign to multiplication, and flop the other fraction. So then we have 3 times 7 over 4 times 6. So now is the time to cross divide. This will turn into 1, this will turn into 2. And the final outcome would be 7/8. It will equal 7/8. There we go. To solve m plus 1/6 equals 5/6, first you must subtract the 1/6 to get m by itself. Then we just bring the m down, equals 5 minus 1 is 4, and 4/6 equals 2/3. There is our answer. To solve n minus 1/5 equals 3/5, we must do the same thing. First we will add 1/5 to get n by itself. So we'll add 1/5 by, and then we will just bring down the n, and then 4/5 because 3 plus 1 is 4. To solve 1/5 x equals 4, first you must divide by 1/5. But how you do that is if you multiply by the reciprocal. So we must multiply by 5 over 1, which is 5. 5 over 1 times 4 over 1 equals 20. So we'll just bring the x down, 20. To solve 6 over 1y equals 1/2, we must do the same thing. We must multiply by the reciprocal. 6 over 1's reciprocal is 1/6. So we must multiply by 1/6. Let's bring the y down. And first, we must find the least common multiple for 6 and 2. This is 12. So 2 times 6 is 12. So we must add 2. So we have 12. And then we must find the reciprocal. We're multiplying, so we don't have to find the reciprocal. and this will be 6 over 12. And this is multiplying. So it will be 10 or 12 over 12, which will go 1.